And welcome back to MH76 Gaming. My name's Morgan. This is Forza Horizon 4. Just random mucking around. Mr. Phil might join us. If he does, we might do the Top Gear challenges in co-op again with him. Similar as we did for Alan. And other than that, just, mucking around. So let's just jump straight in. Okay, so our daily challenge is earn one great near-miss skill.
Welcome back, Morgan.
We can do that. Let's go and find a car. Almost hit it. Driving the AMG six-wheeler. What she get for getting 3 stars on all the Top Gear challenges. There's a car we can near miss. We're too far away. Let's try the Mini. Oh, that's too close. We might actually need to get on the freeway. We've got more cars. Well, that appears to have done it. Boat's full of water. Let's have a look at what we got. Let's clear some of the stuff off the map. Let's go new, seasonal. Showcase events. Barn finds, stories and businesses, bonus boards, festival sites, online friends. That's a bit better. Clears the map up for us. I think we did all the seasonal challenges. Hang on a sec. Probably helps if I start a party on the Xbox so they can join. I've already started the party. Okay. Send some invites. No? Cancel. Leave party. Was pretty rubbish. Just close it. Can't invite people to your party. Let's try it again. One selected. Alrighty. Fast travel over there while we wait. Might be able to get into the Forzathon live.
Forzathon live!
And, whoops, wrong one. No.
Round 1, started!
Never remembers bloody streamer mode.
Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Turn around
Okay, we got a
when
speed
it is
zone.
safe to do so.
Definitely not going to be the fastest through here.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Definitely got the wrong car for speed challenges, but Might be able to contribute a bit more in the next challenges. Didn't really have time to prepare for this one. But we'll contribute where we can. No point getting a massive run up because we can't hold the speed.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Round 1 complete. Get to round 2.
Where's round 2? Drift zone. The one thing that's worse for us than a speed zone will be a drift zone. Normally you can get the back end to step out pretty well with the off-road tyres on the tarmac because they don't have a lot of grip on the road.
Turn left.
But with the 6-wheel drive, 4 wheels on the back, doesn't work too well. But we'll light out a little bit. Way too slow and way too grippy. Banking some points, so we are helping out. It's not going to help. I didn't think I'd be trying to drift this 6-wheeler today before we started. Here we are. Let's see if we can get a bit more speed at the start. Didn't really make much difference. Challenge after this one. 10 minutes to go.
Round Round 2
12,000's not a
complete.
bad run for
Get
us.
to round 3.
Is something speed related? A whole lot of understeer. KPH, not too shabby for the big girl. So those other guys aren't going a lot faster. Not going too bad. It's a windy road, so they can't really wind up too much in their faster cars. So we're still going to be the slowest of the lot. That's okay. Halfway through this one. It's got 7 minutes left. Understeer there on the road, the off-road tyres. Should see if we can throw some slicks at this thing. Get some on-road performance out of it. The big blimp up there always shows you where your Forzathon activity is when you get to it.
Round 3 complete. Congratulations.
60 Forzathon points. If I can spit it out. So that's a decent little distraction. Let's see what else we got going on. We've done these. The stunt driver, got one left there. British Racing Green. Got a few stars there left to pick up. Break the jump.
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right. In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right.
Cut through here.
Recalculating route. In 200 meters, turn left.
Got a 6-wheel, we may as well use it.
In 400 meters, turn right. 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 Turn right.
Go around this way,
In 400 meters, turn left.
which is where it's telling us to go. There's another one of these little story things here we haven't done yet.
Turn left.
I'm trying to 3-star the ones we've got. Actually finish them off.
Turn around
Before
when
we
it is
start the
safe
next
to
one.
do so.
1 star left to go on the stunt driver one. And it's mildly annoying because I can't see where to pick up the 1 second I need.
In 400 meters, turn left.
But we'll try these ones.
In 400 meters, turn left.
Hang on to it. All over the shop, the big fella. That's a treat. Alrighty.
You have arrived at your destination.
Let's see how we go. So we've got 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2. Whole lot of 2s. Okay. The Lotus Spirit.
Hope you're enjoying yourself. I know I am. It's great to be able to just focus on telling the story while someone else handles the driving for once. Let's get to the next one. This time, it's Lotus.
The old Lotus alarm.
Lotus Engineering Limited began as many stories in British engineering do. In an old barn. The first Lotus cars were offered as kits. You built them yourself. From 1962, they began to actually build the cars themselves. The Elan Sprint showed exactly what they intended to do. Built around a steel backbone with a fiberglass chassis, the Sprint weighed in at a meager 687 kilos parked on the curb. On the road, this translated into brilliant agility and fantastic performance. Designer Colin Chapman famously said, "Adding power makes you faster on the straights. Subtracting weight makes you faster everywhere." He knew what he was talking about.
Turn right. In 100 meters, turn left.
Widely hailed as one of the greatest sports cars of the 1960s, the Elan would be closely studied and emulated, inspiring such masterpieces as the Mazda MX-5. The Elan has all the energy, style, and enthusiasm you would expect. Bold, quick, and fun. So much so that they put it in the name.
Alrighty. Now for
The
the
Elan
challenge.
Sprint was a financial as well as an engineering success for Lotus, validating their approach to design and resulting in a whole family of light, agile roadsters. Which brings us to this, the Lotus Exige. It's heavier than the Elan, admittedly, but it's faster. Much, much faster. Touch the pedal, the Exige responds with instant, relentless acceleration.
Let's just check where we're going. Yep. So pretty straightforward. There's no obvious shortcuts we need to be looking out for.
Acceleration, as you'd expect.
Which is worth checking at the start after those top gear.
With a 0 to 60
challenges
time
and
of
some of their
3.8
shenanigans.
seconds and a top speed of 170 before upgrades and tuning, the Exige is uncompromising.
We're about maintaining as much speed as possible through the corners.
And there's no power steering, so you can really feel the road. A genuinely thrilling drive, and one that isn't afraid to demand you take it seriously.
In 400 meters,
Got a right
Turn
left
left.
kink up here.
turn left.
That'll do.
In 400 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
And with rumoured launches of 2
Ooh,
new cars in
just missed it.
2020, Lotus looks set to push the benchmark of the experienced sports car
Well, point
well
nine.
into the next century.
Ooh. Might have another go while it's fresh. So I think pretty much the lift for all the corners. No braking.
Touch the pedal, the Exige responds with instant, relentless acceleration, as you'd expect. With a 0 to 60 time of 3.8 seconds and
need
a
to
top
start out
speed
wide
of
and sweep across these
170
turns.
before upgrades and tuning, the Exige is uncompromising.
Only got 0.9 of a second to make, so
And there's no power steering, so you can really feel the road. A genuinely thrilling drive, and one that isn't afraid to demand you take
okay,
it
so you don't even have to
seriously.
lift through those.
In 200 meters, turn left. Turn left.
That was not great. So remember that. Ah, it's rubbish. Have to try and not lift for the rest of it.
In 400 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
I think we might have been on for it there until we snapped sideways. Let's try that again.
And with rumoured launches of 2 new cars in 2020,
Okay.
Lotus looks set to push the benchmark of the experienced sports
That'll
car
work.
well into the next century.
So lots of the time on that tighter right left. Well, we went through the bush, but made it up. Straight line in the finish. Do 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 do. Let's do another one. A decade of progress. Okay, 50 seconds. The Rs200, it's off-road. I'll try this one. 69 kilometers an hour. Not great with the off-road stuff, so we might jump down to this one. Well, I thought I did 3-star this, but I could be wrong.
You know, I really like this car. Not that I'd want to drive it for too long. Squeeze yourself in there and let's see just how fast you can make it go. Which won't be too fast. But hey, I could be surprised.
Let's go. You're going to be astonished.
The Peel P50 has the dubious honour of being the smallest production car in the world. A one-door microcar coupe, featuring a 42cc air-cooled engine,
bit more of a run-up at
capable
it.
of a heinous 38 miles an hour. And a handle, so you can pick it up and carry it with you when you get to
time limit
work.
as well, but this thing
It
is
was billed
hideously
as being
slow.
able to fit a single driver with a bag of shopping.
Just want to pretty
And it
much
does,
not touch the steering,
if
get it
neither
lined
are
up and just
particularly
hold the
large.
gas.
And keep in mind that this is the production version. The prototype had the single wheel at the front. Why would you think that was a good idea?
69.
In 2010, though, production restarted
We're doing
at Sutton
69,
in
but-
Ashfield. So, if
No,
you'd
we did high
like to own the
69s.
modern incarnation of this, I suppose you can.
So that's where we went wrong last time, because I have had it finish on 69 on the dial and it's failed. So the conversion of miles to kilometres must be 69 point something you need to hit. But we've hit that there by turning right first and extending our run down the hill. So that's good to know. Some more shenanigans, because if you drive out of that driveway and go straight down and get a perfect run, you're not going fast enough. Alright. The Lotus Carlton. Let's give it a go. Chasing 2 minutes
I quite
10.
like sleeper cars. Did Alex ever tell you the story of what we got up to in Colorado? There was this sleeper car competition, you see. Let's just say no one was ready for the sunbeam. Lotus never quite let go of the upgrade game. So in addition to building their own supercars, they upgraded cars from other marques too. The Lotus Carlton was one such aftermarket upgrade.
It's a bit of a sleeper.
Lotus took a respectable four-door Vauxhall saloon and turned it into a supercar. From the outside, there are a few signs that this is something special. Wider wheel arches, that sort of thing. But under the bonnet, that's where the magic starts. Engine capacity was increased to 3.6 litres, and twin Garrett T25 turbochargers were added. The engine block was reinforced, and new crankshafts were forged by Opel
Doesn't have the
and
most
machined
grip you'd
in
hope
Germany.
to see.
At the roundabout, take the third exit.
The tyres were widened,
Oh, we just
and
turned
the tyre
right.
compound from the Lotus Esprit was used. To handle camber change issues, they put in the self-leveling suspension from the Opel Senator. The only upgrade they didn't put in was an electronic speed limiter. All of this resulted in the Lotus Carlton, designated Type 104 by Lotus. A 177 miles per hour supercar, masquerading as a four-door saloon. Only 950 of these custom gems were built, and they've become something of a modern classic.
Mm-hmm. Now for the
Lotus
challenge.
Carlton was an example of how to turn a saloon into a supercar. But that's not the only
more
thing
off-road.
Lotus got up to. In 1979, Chrysler approached Lotus to create a
They should see if
strict
they can
rally
fit some more
version of their
headlights on that.
Sunbeam three-door hatchback. Lotus, as you might imagine, rather enjoyed the challenge.
Let's do it.
They took the rear-wheel drive hatchback and changed everything that matters.
So we're going to get there while staying on dirt roads, which is a bit of a kerfuffle I've found in the past. We might be able to cut across here in the time limit. So I might go straight
They
ahead.
stiffened the suspension, improved the
Normally gives you
anti-roll
10
bars,
seconds
and widened the transmission tunnel.
before you're disqualified. So if we can get across there.
The Lotus Sunbeam was revealed to the public in 1979 in
Cut
Geneva to
across here as
widespread
well.
praise in the motoring media. It almost makes you wonder if Lotus should do more conversion.
It's surprisingly
Silly
easy if you don't even try and
Lotus
stay on
should
the
do more
road.
conversions. In fact, I'll call them right now.
So yeah, it does say you got to use the roads, but it gives you 10 seconds of off-road between each one, so you could possibly even do that faster by doing a more straight line. Because I was actually trying to pick up the road in a few places there, which we could have ignored in hindsight, but we got our 3 stars. That's all we're here for. The E-Type. 1 minute 35.
I honestly think these might be some of the most beautiful cars in the world. And the story of how it came about is,
3 wipers.
well, really British. Get in the car and let's get this segment. Jaguar is a bit of a favourite of mine. The company is almost 100 years old and was originally founded to build sidecars for motorcycles. But this is the car that really set the bar, I think. The 1961 E-Type. When he saw it, Enzo Ferrari called it the most beautiful car in the world. High praise indeed. He wasn't alone in his admiration. Accolades have followed this car ever since. It's been in movies, comics, games, and TV shows. Unlike some later cars in the mark, it wasn't just looks though. The E-Type was light and fast. It would do 153 miles an hour and stopped on innovative 4-wheel brakes that were better than anything Ferrari or Porsche or even Mercedes-Benz had. It was solid too, with a design based on the D-Type that won the 24 Hours of Le Mans
Okay,
3
let's go
years
straight
in a
on
row.
here.
At the roundabout,
Hope we miss all the
take the
trees.
second exit.
Anyone who owns an E-Type will tell you
That'll
that the
work.
key to their reliability is to drive them regularly, as if you'd need the excuse. About 2,500 were built, and they're a common sight at auto shows, and surprisingly reasonably priced. All in all, an almost perfect Jaguar. The E-Type was the successor to the Le Mans winning D-Type. But what would that look like if Jaguar designed it today? In 2013, Jaguar answered
like
that
this.
question with the F-Type Project 7, a spiritual successor to the E-Type, and designed from the ground up to be the purest, most enjoyable Jaguar yet. The car's heritage is proudly displayed in the gorgeous D-Type car.
Okay, let's see where we're going. Check for shortcuts. Pretty much a straight shot. Get a good run straight to that roundabout, maybe.
And a distinctive aero hunch behind the driving position. But like the E-Type, it's not just a pretty place. Powered by a 5-litre V8 supercharged engine. With a fully aluminium body, it's blisteringly fast, with a 0 to 60 speed of 3.8 seconds and a top speed of 186 miles an hour. A car as beautiful as this must surely have been a carefully authored design. Actually, it started as a sketch by designer César Pierre, thrown together one Friday in his free time. Jaguar's design director, Ian Callum, saw the sketch in a thumbnail on César's computer during a meeting and asked him what it was. The rest is history. "250 Project 7s were built, as both a successor to the E-Type and as a celebration of Jaguar's victory."
It's not a great run.
At Le Mans.
That's better.
I think I speak for all of us when I say, thank heavens for César's Friday afternoon.
I don't know how you get that
doodle.
135 without straight lining that roundabout, if at all. Because that's pretty much flat tack from woe to go. No lifting, no braking. Gentle curves. But we'll take it. Alrighty. What's next on the chopping block? Number 37. So got more off-road. We might go back and do this one.
Done much rallying? That's a joke. We've all seen what you've been up to. We're doing the next bit on location. You'll see why when you get there.
Okay. Do hope it's factored in. This is not the fastest car on the planet. Back on the road, at least a little bit. Give the tarmac another chance.
In 400 meters, you will arrive at your destination.
Minutes was plenty of time.
Ford, that most American of cars. But the Ford Escort, oh, that's British. And more than that, the Escort would become for many synonymous with Group B. In the 70s,
Might need to do
Ford
some
had
more
embraced
cross-country
that
cuts
destiny
with
so
this one.
firmly that they'd begun their own championships to find new drivers. Drivers for cars like the Rs200. This was a car designed explicitly for rallying, with a powerful fuel-injected 1790cc
That's the most
Cosworth
obvious
BDE
shortcut.
engine. The Rs200 raced to victory after victory across the rallying world, on almost every continent and across every terrain type imaginable.
It's hard to tell where the road even starts and ends here.
This car was basically unbeatable.
Oh, that'll do it.
The Rs200 brought home 17 World Rally Championship victories for Ford.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, Ford set out to design a better one. The Rs200 Evolution was their answer. A purpose-built rally car designed to do one thing.
Right.
Win Group B.
More of the same, I guess.
With a 1.8
Same track.
turbocharged Ford Cosworth BDT engine and all-wheel drive, the Rs200 had perhaps the best suspension platform of any car of its era. But while the car had potential, turbo lag at low
Definitely is one of the
RPM
better
and a
handling
poor power-to-weight ratio
of these
meant
rally
that it
cars in
never
the
placed
game.
better than third.
Yeah, the grip it gets on the dirt roads is pretty nuts.
The end of Group B in the mid-80s meant the end of the Rs200 as a rallying car. Fortunately, Ford built over 200 as part of the homologation requirements for Group B, so you can still find them, if you're lucky.
Good times. Yeah, you got to be expected to take those shortcuts on those ones. As you drive the proper road, even if you drive it well, you're up to 20 seconds off. Would be good if they set targets that were achievable with a good run by actually following the rules and sticking to the road instead of the shenanigans, but it's alright, we can deal with shenanigans. Number 37. The Mini Cooper X-Raid.
We're almost done, but we've saved the good stuff for last. A spot of rallying in the most British car of them all. Get in, strap in, and let's nail this one. There is one car built in Great Britain that is, quite fairly, considered one of the most influential...
This one's just getting there, so 1 second. Just got to check something here quickly. Alrighty. Left turn.
cars of the century. It's a surprisingly spacious little city car with a side-mounted engine. It's an icon of popular culture. It's been built on every continent where there's a car factory. It's the Mini.
That's an impressive stat.
The Mini Cooper S was built to be a performance machine with deeper engines, twin carburetors and front disc brakes. This scrappy little machine would go on to achieve more than 30 racing victories in the 1960s and 1970s.
Didn't actually realise we had to stay on the road with this one.
We'll reset and take that section again.
My bad. Although we could have gotten away with that if we'd done it a little better.
There is one car built in Great Britain that is, quite fairly, considered one of the most
So that's just the
influential
target,
cars
it's not the
of
3
century.
stars.
It's a surprisingly spacious little city car.
Just getting to the
with a
challenge. The next one's
side-mounted
the
engine.
challenge.
It's an icon of popular culture. It's been built
So we'll
on
follow the
every
rules and stick on
continent
the
where there's a
road.
car factory. It's the Mini. The Mini Cooper S was built to be a performance machine with deeper engines, twin carburetors and front disc brakes. This scrappy little machine would go on to achieve more than 30 racing victories in the 1960s and 1970s. A Mini Cooper S flying number 37 placed first at the 1964 Monte Carlo Rally. Driven by Paddy Hopkirk and Henry Liddon, this was the last time an all-British crew would win the event. But not the last time a Mini would. At Monte Carlo in 1966, Minis took the first, second and third positions. They were all disqualified because they had dimming headlamps. Not because they were winning everything in sight. In 1999, the Car of the Century Award was presented to the most influential car of the 20th century. The Mini came second. It was beaten by the Model T Ford. That's fair, I suppose. 5.3 million Minis would be sold, making it the most popular British car. And then, in 2000, BMW resumed production of the Mini, breathing new life into the iconic marque. If the Mini of the 1960s had its sights set on the roads of Monte Carlo, the X-rayed Countryman has its eyes on something a little tougher.
Alright, let's find the shortcut here.
The deserts and rough
Can we get straight ahead through those trees in 10 seconds?
terrain of the Dakar for starters. A wit once said that the only thing Mini in this monster was the pedal. That's rather missing the point, I think.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Doing alright until we hit the second tree.
Recalculating route.
You're right, not to worry,
Ooh,
reset
so
and let's
close.
try another take.
If we got a good run through there, we can cut that time off.
The deserts and rough terrain of the Dakar for starters. A wit once said that the only thing Mini in this monster was the pedal. That's rather missing the point, I think.
Picking a gap through these trees is going to be tricky. Even if we can land on the wheels.
The deserts and rough terrain of the Dakar for starters. A wit once said that the only thing Mini in this monster was the pedal. That's rather missing the point, I think.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
That was spectacular. Take a breather and let's try again with less excitement.
So that was close. So we slowed down before the hills, we didn't get as
The
big a jump.
deserts and rough terrain of the Dakar for starters.
And if
A
we
wit
hadn't
once
mucked up
said
that
the
last
only
bit
thing
and
Mini
spun...
in this monster was the pedal. That's rather missing the point, I think.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
I know you want more
We're
time
on
in
the
that
road.
car, but we really do need to get this shot today.
That's the road we're meant to be on. Let me double check that.
The deserts of...
I wonder if I meant to straight line this bit through here then. pretty convinced we can make that work.
Rough terrain of the Jaguar for starters. A wit once said that the only thing mini in this monster was the pedal. That's rather missing the point.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
What's up, Mr. Phil? That's what we've been trying to do all night. Well, last few minutes anyway.
Hello.
Hello.
There you go,
When
man.
Mini's
Good mate.
X-Raid division
I'll
set
be
out
with
to
you
build this
momentarily.
thing, they had one goal in mind.
Just in the middle of a
winning
challenge.
the Jaguar. And they did.
All right, I'm
every year.
finishing a race
from
too.
2012
Yeah, mate.
to
Cool.
2015.
In 400 meters, turn.
It's designed to be driven for 2 weeks over deserts and badlands, 5 kilometers above sea level. And it still handles like a hot hatch on a nice bit of dry airspace. Owners come and go. The heritage of a car like the Mini is more than who
Finally.
owns the keys to the shop. I fully expect to see Mini's wings flying for another century.
Took about 20 goes on that one to pick the gap in the trees.
All right.
We got there. Yeah. Well, apparently not online. Hang on a sec.
Me?
No, me.
No. Been trying to drive that Lego 40 more.
Oh, yep.
Man, that thing does not like to go off the road.
No. Road cars like the road.
This is all. Yeah, I know, but as soon as you step off, it's like sideways.
Yep.
In 400 meters, turn left. Turn left. In 400 meters, turn right. Turn right. In 200 meters, turn left. Turn left. arrived at your destination.